Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Friday, so you know what that means. It's time for another recap. So, for our first story of the day, I'm not gonna lie, I mainly included this story because I couldn't find a good way to put any of the other stories in the title that would be deemed friendly, but I think this is still a good story to mention. So, here's the headline: Woman who married herself gives in to temptation and cheats on herself. Number one, I'm tired of these females lying. Now they even lying to themselves, man. First of all, how do you even marry yourself? I didn't even know that was allowed. Is that allowed in America? I don't know. Who does that? I have never heard of anyone I know in real life or even a story of someone I know in real life doing that. That just doesn't exist to me, but apparently it's a real thing. You know, that's what happens when you ain't getting enough dick. No dudes want to marry you, so you just gotta marry yourself, and then you can't even stay faithful to yourself, man. Some dick finally came around your way and you just had to hop on that shit, huh? The first dick you saw, you had to just take that dick opportunity. I understand, all right, makes sense, but I just wanted to include it as a nice I'm tired of these females lying segment. But of course, we cannot forget the most important part. I gotta include the visual evidence. So here is a picture of this weirdo, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little surprised. I was actually expecting like some 340-pound warthog, but I guess this is better than expected. But you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to throw this in there as the introduction because females getting even crazier these days, apparently. So let's move on. Our next story is pretty funny, man. It really sums up the attitude of people in 2017, man. It just perfectly sums it all up. So we have Lili Reinhart, who is like this famous actress, I guess. She's known for her role in the TV show Riverdale. I don't know, never seen the show, but this is her. I didn't know who it was when I saw this, but apparently she's a big deal, so maybe you recognize her. But she posted a tweet on Twitter that says this: "Found my Halloween costume inspired by the color of my soul." And she attached a picture of like this fucking demon or whatever, and the internet was not very happy to see this post. And I just want to say before I even get into it, if you saw this post and it offended you, you are what is wrong with society, man. You are what is wrong with the world today, and I actually hate you because you are ruining this planet for everyone else. But I guess some people out there saw this image and they decided they would take the opportunity to turn it into some sort of racism issue, and they're claiming that this image is her attempting to do blackface. It got to the point where she had to delete the original post and make an apology for all of these people on Twitter. I did not mean for my tweet to come off that way. I can see how it was interpreted as being insensitive completely. I saw the pic on a Halloween Instagram and didn't think it would be interpreted as being racially insensitive. When I see something like this happen, you know, I just kind of think to myself, if you saw that tweet and you saw it as a racist tweet, you're probably the one who's the racist, because blackface is when a non-black person paints their face black in order to pretend to be black, and it's something that people don't really do nowadays. It's very frowned upon because back in the day, it was used in a very negative, racist context, so people don't do it anymore. But this was not a case of blackface. I mean, if you look at the picture, even excluding her joke about the reasoning of why she picked that picture because it matched her soul or whatever, take that out of it. If we just look at the picture, if you see it and you think this is a representation of a black person, then there's something wrong with you, because when I first saw this picture, I was like, oh, that's like a monster or a demon or something, some sort of costume, right? I didn't look at this picture and be like, oh, she's trying to be black. If that's what you thought, then you're the problem, man. It's a fucking Halloween costume. Like what? We gotta start putting limits on what you're allowed to be for Halloween. Only black people are allowed to have access to the black paint on Halloween. Well, actually, shit. Apparently, they don't even need the paint because, according to you idiots, they already look like this, man. Like, come on, dude. I really can't stand people, bro. Like, there's so much actual racism that goes on in the world, but you choose this as one of the issues, man? Like, no, I don't think so. Let's just move on, dude. You worried about a fucking Halloween costume? Come on, man. 325-pound woman charged with killing girl by sitting on her. This is like an Xbox Live joke actually happening in real life. You know when you're like 10 years old on the playground, the fat kid's like, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass. And you're like, well, you know what? What are you gonna do? Just sit on me, fat ass? Like, that's literally what happened in real life. What the hell? A 325-pound Florida woman is charged with killing her 9-year-old cousin by sitting on the child as punishment. Damn, man, what happened to just getting the belt, dude? We sitting on kids now? The fuck? I think what happened here is she was so fat that she was too lazy to even beat her with the belt. So she just sat on her instead, just a fat ham beast on top of her, dude. Let me get a look at this fucking whale, dude. I need to see the visual evidence. Okay, this right here is Veronica Green Posey, age 64, weight 325 pounds. She looking like the lunch lady at school, except she been eating all the lunch. Grace Smith called Posey, who is her niece, to her house to help with disciplining the girl. According to the report, she told investigators that Posey hit the girl with a ruler and metal pipe before the child ran to an armchair. A metal pipe? What the fuck is this, bro? Some GTA? She called in the reinforcements. This little war pig came in. She's like the aunt of this little girl or something. The mom called her in because she couldn't handle it. She had to bring in the backup. What the fuck? Who the fuck is this bitch? Just the final boss? She just came in with the ruler and the metal pipe? What the hell? What's going on in this household, bro? And then that didn't work. How does a metal pipe not work? First of all, but apparently it didn't, so instead she just sat on her. Damn, man. Y'all ever heard of a timeout? You ever heard of grounding? You ever heard of a spanking? Anything, really? Shit. You went right to the metal pipe and then heavy artillery came in with the sitting on her. That's fucked up, man. Like, honestly, all jokes aside, I'm actually confused as to how these old ass people even had a 9-year-old kid. It says the mom is 69, so she definitely ain't having kids at 60 years old. I guess the kid was adopted. I don't know. This whole story is kind of sad, man. Like, imagine dying because some fat pig sat on top of you, and the kid probably didn't even do nothing, man. The kid's 9 years old. Like, the kid probably didn't even like eat her broccoli or something, and now she's dead because of that. Like, they need to go ahead and lock this fucking blobfish up, and the two parents as well who called in fucking Bowser over here. Like, just the boss had to come in, bro. Something needs to happen, man, because this is just so fucking stupid, dude. Anyways, let's move on from this depressing story to our final story of the day. Andy Mack character to come out as gay, a Disney Channel first. I guess we should have seen this one coming. My opinion on this is a little bit conflicted, I guess, because on one hand, I don't really have a problem with gay people or anything, but I just don't like the way they're doing it. Does that make sense? Like, number one, I think they probably could have picked a more mature show to do it on. Like, if I had a kid, I don't think my 10-year-old son needs to be watching a show about gay people. That just doesn't need to be on his mind, man. He's too young to really understand what he's watching. Personally, I watch shows with gay characters all the time. You know, Game of Thrones, Mr. Robot, Orange is the New Black. I don't give a fuck if there's a gay character in the show. Game of Thrones straight up be putting cocks on the screen, bro. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, there's a dick. Whatever, you know, you want to put some dick? Go ahead and put some dick on the screen. Maybe at least you could throw Jon Snow's dick on the screen a couple times. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see what he rocking with. No homo. But I just don't see why it needs to be on a children's show on the Disney Channel. It seems like they're kind of forcing it, and that's kind of my second issue with it, because I think they're just doing it to try to make people happy, because it says In a first for Disney Channel, a key character on its popular tween series, Andy Mack, will realize he's gay and come out to his friends. So the show is entering its second season, and now all of a sudden, I guess, this kid just decides that he's gay? I don't know. I mean, it just seems kind of forced to me. Like, how come he wasn't gay in the beginning? You know, why all of a sudden, season 2, oh, hey, what's up? I'm gay now. Like, I don't know. That's kind of weird. So it seems pretty obvious that they're trying to force like this whole gay agenda. While I don't have that much of a problem with them forcing the gay agenda, maybe just, you know, keep it to a little bit more mature shows. Let's not try to force it upon little kids. But that's just the start, man. It starts with the gay character, and now after they do that, they're like, okay, well, what we're gonna do next? Oh, we gotta have a transgender character. And I just don't want like my 8-year-old son watching a TV show about transgenders thinking that that's normal behavior. Kids are very impressionable to what's around them, and if they see their favorite character on their favorite TV show all of a sudden cut off his dick and say, I'm a girl, they might want to do the same. You know, that could influence them into doing so. Whereas if they never saw that TV show, they probably would have never thought that way. So I don't really want these values and this agenda being pushed upon the minds of children. If they want to make that choice when they're older and their brains have developed enough to where they really understand the choice that they're making, that's a different story, man. We could talk about that. I mean, you know, if you want to do that, go ahead, I guess. You know, not my thing, but hey, you're old enough to make your own decisions. But I already know how this is gonna go, man. It starts out with the gay, then we're gonna go transgender, you know, then we're gonna go non-binary, and then we're gonna go to genderless aliens. You know, it's gonna just keep going and going and going. It never ends. This is just the beginning. So I don't know, once you open this door, it just it starts getting a little out of control, and I just don't think this type of stuff needs to be in a children's show, man. It really is not something that children need to be learning about, man. Teach them some fucking math or something. Just give them some education. They don't need to be learning about fucking genders. I don't think it's wrong of me to say that either. I think that's a pretty logical way to think about things. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. That's it for the video. Special thank you, as always, to all of my Patreon supporters. If you would like to be included, link is in the description down below. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.